Hello and welcome to the sixth Tribal Council of Surviving 1984 Happily Never After. Luis, you won individual immunity this round. Do you think that this immunity was necessary for your safety in the game?
Um, I don't think so. I would like to say no because this is our first tribal, and normally when it's your first tribal, you base it off the little things like act actability, like being active, whatever. I don't know, like being active or not. And like I've been pretty active. Like I would like to think so. No, I just won it and got lucky. I didn't expect to win it, even when I was like half asleep doing it. But yeah, okay. That's my answer.
Okay. Casey, this is the first tribal council for this tribe, but it's day 10 of the game. Do you think that your tribe has been able to make enough connections despite the fact that you haven't voted anybody out yet?
Yeah, I mean, it's still like we have all these chats, so I'm sure we're all making connections, maybe some more than others. But it's the first tribal, so nothing too crazy should be happening.
Okay. Chrissy, this season, each of you has a different role with different tasks. Some of these tasks can't be performed without being a tribal. So how does this affect your tribe as a whole?
I think most people would rather take not having coins and like winning and not having to go to tribal rather than like making us lose and being a reason to go home, even if they get coins. So I think our tribe has been pretty good at like actually trying in our challenges, and we did win the first two, so I guess we did get lucky. But we were also striving not to go to tribal because we're the returnees. We need to go back.
So speaking of which, Jordan, you have all played in a season of this game before, some of you longer than others. So how does this change how you guys view the game in comparison to the other two tribes?
First of all, I feel like that's an attack on me because I only lasted one tribal council, so thanks a lot. Um, anyway, no. I think we have like our own perspective because like we played the series before, and I think all of us have something to prove because like either we got out like early or we got out because of a twist or an idle play. So like we want to like we have like that added factor of like we want to like prove something and like want redemption. So obviously we're all going to be like playing hard and want to like prove ourselves a bit, if that makes sense. And I don't think the other tribes, they just see it as like their next org that they played, or maybe it's their first game, so they don't have that like added factor.
Okay. Danny, are you able to answer a question right now? Perfect. Okay. So there have been whisperings of a potential swap happening after this. If that is the case, what are you most nervous about going into a potential swap?
Being swap screwed. It's kind of happened before, and I did come out on the other end of it, but there's also a chance I don't come out on the other end of it. So I'm just nervous about being swap screwed.
Okay. So Lauren, do you think that tribal lines are going to matter going into the future of the game, or do you think that things will blur once the tribes meet up?
It's kind of hard to tell what the other tribes are thinking. I mean, it's a possibility that they could want to take out the returnees just because we've already had our chance. So there's a possibility, but I would hope not in a way, because I don't know. I like it not to be a predictable game because I just think that's kind of boring. So
okay. So Caleb, there's a potential as well that you guys don't swap. How do you take that into consideration when voting tonight?
Yeah, it's definitely something that you have to take into consideration because you guys are being very tight-lipped about anything going on this season. So you really do have to think about all the possibilities. Are we swapping into two tribes? Are we swapping onto three tribes? I don't even know if that's mathematically possible. But are we staying on the same tribes? You really do have to take everything into consideration when doing a vote. And I have thought about all of it, but at the end of the day, you just gotta kind of go with what you think is gonna happen and hope it does. But in a game like this, you really can't predict anything. So
Okay. So Benner, what's the possibility that the person who's going home tonight isn't expecting it? Could it be a blindside tonight?
I mean, it 100% could be. I mean, I don't even necessarily know who's going home tonight. So, I mean, it could be a blindside for anyone. I mean, shit, it could be a blindside for me. Like, I kind of know what I've talked about and what I've talked with the couple of people I've talked to about, but I mean, I've been in and out of the doctor for the last like day-ish. So, it could be a blindside. I just have to go with what I've heard and kind of stick it there. So if it's me, then it's definitely going to be a blindside, and if it's not me, it's a potential it's a blindside to them as well. So I mean, we're gonna just kind of see what happens.
Okay. So with that, it is time for the vote. But before we get there, does anybody have anything they would like to say? Okay, so we will get to the vote. I'm going to give you guys 3 minutes to cast your vote. If you have pre-voted, please bump it for me. So I will come back at 13 after. I just messaged one of you. I need you to confirm your vote if you haven't.
My animals hate each other, but they're being cuddly right now, and it's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Okay, I have the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol or an advantage and you'd like to use it, now would be the time to do so. Okay, when the votes read, the decision is final and the person voted out have just a few moments to say their goodbyes and leave. First vote, Jordan. Second vote, Lauren. It's 1 vote Jordan, 1 vote Lauren. Third vote, Jordan. Fourth vote, Jordan. That's 3 votes Jordan, 1 vote Lauren. Fifth vote, Danny. That's 3 votes Jordan, 1 vote Lauren, 1 vote Danny. Sixth vote, Danny. That's 3 votes Jordan, 1 vote Lauren, 2 votes Danny. Seventh vote, Danny. That's 3 votes Danny, 3 votes Jordan, 1 vote Lauren, 1 vote left. Eighth vote, and the sixth person voted out of surviving 1984, happily never after, Danny. Danny, the tribe has spoken. You can give us your goodbyes.
Wow. Okay. I don't understand the reasoning, but hey, if you guys have some sort of ulterior motive, that's cool. Yeah, that's it. Bye.
Danny, it was a pleasure having you back, but it is time for you to go. Okay, congratulations